recording. Okay, guys, I wasn't too sure if I should record this, but I will. So, while I'm more security and privacy, tomato, orientated, I made myself a Tails USB stick, and Tails is actually wonderfully easily designed. It's a pleasure to everybody can work with. It even avoids you from making mistakes. It spoofs your MAC address by default. By default, you don't have a persistent volume. You can add one, which is nice if you use GPG, right, for encryption and stuff like that. I'm wondering if I should make a tutorial a little bit about Tails, and I think I'm going to do that, but I want to do so much. And in a moment, guys, be patient. I have to set up my own stuff, and I want to de-Google a little bit because I do not like the way Google moved. So that means I have to take all my emails off, and the way I'm doing it, it's pretty simple. I just do it in with Thunderbird, right? So not on this computer here. We'll have a virtual machine where I have Thunderbird running, and I will move all. Maybe I just use POP3 to get everything over, and no, I think I use IMAP and move everything over into local folders. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I create local folders, and my sent emails, everything goes where it's supposed to go. So I have all my years of Gmail account there. And I will still use my Google account, but with PGP for the most of it, right? Because some people use PGP, the majority doesn't. And Gmail is open postcard. I mean, I used it more for business, and it's not a secret. So as driving school, I get lots of emails, inquiries and stuff, and that's, I'm thinking I will create, with Tails I create a few email accounts, but I'm also thinking of moving my business account. I have my own domain, and I think I will just use that more than Gmail. So I have to move away a little bit from Gmail here. I keep, of course, my YouTube channel, but yeah, you see, I'm brainstorming here. So by the way, why I'm here is so Tails, right? So you see, Tails needs our help, and I think that if you look into Tails, they did a wonderful job. I mean, the security and safety they built in. Nothing is perfect, of course, but it is brilliant thought through. Even if you pull out your USB stick, it wipes your RAM. Yeah, so even that is thought through. So that's not absolutely bad, right? So what I'm having here is, so if you go on Tails, you can click donate because I need a little bit help. That's fine. I'm more Scottish here, so I'm I'm not going for 5. I thought I go for 2, right? So $2, that's my donation, and I will just pause the video right now. Can I pause it from here? Can I start, stop? Nope. But I can pause it here. Here I can pause it, you see. So I will pause it, we'll do my donation. One moment, please, guys. Okay, it should be recording again. Alright, so I did my little donation here. I think I have to move this a bit away. I'm covering my email address and stuff like that. You see, it was the donation $2 was US, that's $2.67 Canadian. And my transaction number, I put that away too, because you don't have to see that. December 9th, that was today. And I will think I click that away now. So, see, it didn't hurt much. I gave them $2 US dollar. Everybody, if everybody who's using it gives them $2, they're funded again for a year or something, It's always good to drop here and there something to projects. It's not the only project, there are many projects. That's why you can't give too much to everybody, because then you're running out of money very quick. All right, guys. So yeah, I think that's the one. So yeah, and they even ask you can give them your mailing address so they can acknowledge your donation. I don't need that, I guess. So I just wanted to show you guys, you can do it. It doesn't hurt much. I hurt a little bit. I gave them a coffee, and that's totally fine, isn't it? because I'm using it. I recommend it to family and friends in the moment, because now it's a good time to do it, because now we still have the time and the ability to prepare everything for you never know, right? It's a good thing to have. I mean, it's I'm always saying, yeah, you have nothing to hide, but do you want to have a glass shower that everybody can see you having a shower? And nah, then they all come for the looks, right? Not needed. Okay, guys. Yeah, sorry for the interruption, but I'm not so professional, blur out here, blur out there, because then I would have to edit the video, and I'm just super lazy right now. Irish came back by comments, which is great, and tomorrow I will have to make a video what I want, because I would need Irish help. Das Gregor Remington, he might be in hiding, or on a boat again, or in his jet flying to Jamaica and whatever he does, business stuff, Well, at least Irish replied he's still alive. We don't know, with Das Gregor. However, long story short, guys, Tails, really have a look. I think I will make a tutorial for Tails, which is, there are tutorials out, don't get me wrong, they're good tutorials out. They're old, but they're still valid. Nothing has changed really, because Tails doesn't really change. And I must say, Tails is using GNOME. I don't like GNOME, but the way Tails has been designed, it's easy and nice to work with. Because, the castrated file manager, you don't need it on a USB stick. You don't have space anyway. You don't want to save much, right? So I do have a persistent volume on it. And yes, I know people can see it, but because I have an email account there, I use GPG and stuff like that. And this is it. And I can only recommend, whatever you guys do with Tails, don't use any of these emails accounts or whatever you do. Don't use this on the outside of Tails, right? You could, but I would not, Yes, public accounts, you can still use them, business accounts, normal accounts you use. I go into, there's tons of videos out about email providers, and I will go through one I pointed out for myself. Because yes, there are some email providers that use PGP, but you don't get your private key. I don't like that. I want my own private key. So I'm testing a few things on my own, and I have to do that tomorrow a little bit. And then I come back with what I think, what we can do if you use an email provider which uses your private key and doesn't give it to you, right? There has to be a solution. So I'm working on some things. They're just funny ideas, but it's like brainstorming. You can't have bad ideas, right? All right, guys, this is it. Help Tails. Drop here and there something, there are good distros out, normal distros, not just security and stuff. Everything Linux is more secure. I cannot fathom Windows. I used it for gaming. I just played here on Ubuntu, because I've got the ENC decoder installed on OBS, which works totally fine. I play War Thunder. The client has some little glitches, so there's some buttons you can't switch, but overall, it's playable, it's fine. I had some keyboard, mouse buttons kind of not working every now and then. I don't know why. It's a wired mouse, should work just fine. We will see. This is 2004 and Ubuntu 2004, and I had trouble with 2004 before. So 1804 was working better, and 16 was actually, I think, the best so far. I don't know what Ubuntu is doing. I don't know. I might just put 16 on and see how that goes, right? But I'll leave it on this now for gaming here. So that's my gaming platform. And that's a separate computer. That is my old HP with the 1050 Ti NVIDIA graphic card. While my server with the virtual machine has a FX 500 AMD graphic card, which is pretty neat and works totally fine too. So, nevertheless, guys, stay tuned. There's good stuff coming. It will be in a moment a little bit more. I'll try to vary this. I will have some security related, privacy, and some just ordinary stuff. What goes through my head, like for in a moment. Tomorrow morning I will prepare, or even tonight I will prepare that War Thunder is taking all my emails out of Gmail. And in a virtual machine, once this is all done, I just copy the whole thing. Once it's all done, I copy the whole virtual machine on my server on a different folder to keep it safe. And if I ever need access to my very old emails, then I just go and have a look, right? It's all there. I can call it off. I don't have to reinstall anything. It doesn't take too much space. You just give it, I don't know, if you use Ubuntu or Antiques, use just something like 20 gigabytes, no more, maybe 30. Will be fine. And then you just take all your emails off and there they go. All right, guys. So you can see I hammered my head a lot with about privacy, security, email accounts, anonymity, which is, well, I can't say that word, but it's the best privacy you can get, if you're anonymous, right? All right, so we have difficult times. I think it's a good time to have a look in all these things. Yeah, there's more to come. Guys, I wish I would have more money. Then I would definitely do some product reviews, which I think are really, really good. But I just don't have the money to buy all that stuff and try it out. I want to try it out, and I would definitely do reviews. Maybe a little bit more professional, that you see more than just that video, yeah. All right, guys. Nevertheless, one day we get there, and so this will all be fine. Yeah, stay tuned, guys. As I said, in the moment my head is full with things to do. Usually I use mind mapping, and I have to do that to get a little bit more structure in what to do, how to do. And it's like project management to me. It's just very easy on mind mapping, and it stays in your head too. All right, guys. Yeah, I use the Xmind. You can use FreeMind, I think it's called, the open source. Xmind, it's free too, and it does the job for me. It's totally fine. All right, guys. Nevertheless, this is a short video. Love you all. Stay tuned. Have a look into Tails. It's almost Christmas. It's time to donate to some of our distros, which we use a lot and like a lot. And also those which we maybe not use so much, but which are becoming more and more important right now, right? If we think about privacy, and many countries, many people don't have the liberty and the freedom, and they still need a way to communicate. Even nowadays, if you talk about things you heard, you can be associated with that, and everybody thinks you're the bad guy, right? But while you just had an open question, you say, what the heck, guys? But you don't get even asked anymore. They just take granted that you're the bad guy. So, nevertheless, so it's a good idea to look into, and I mean, a USB stick is pennies. I have tons of USB sticks, and you should have more than one, right? I get into my, I think, security tutorial into that. TrueCrypt gave us a hint what to do, right? If you remember TrueCrypt. So, but I will make that a little bit more structure. It will be a little bit more information. And yeah, as a general hint, what you do on the chat clients, some emails you use, you have to have different circles of trust. So I would have different tail sticks, right? So one for the one circle, the second for the more trusted circle, where you can talk about private stuff which nobody should know, right? So, and the less trusted circle is almost like social media. You can just talk, but you don't have to be afraid that you right away get scrutinized for saying something, or you ask a question about something, you get associated with it, and whatever. So that is that. You can see everybody's more carefully what they say nowadays, right? Okay, guys, love you all. Stay tuned, and definitely look into the security videos I'm going to make. I had a quick video which is not even detailed. It was about Parrot Home edition. Definitely worth it. Definitely does something good for you. I like RicoChat, the chat program, but there are other versions too, like what they use on Tails. But I go closer into Tails. I have to set up mine first. I did already the most work on it. Made a few copies. And then we go from there. But be patient, guys. I'll make in between maybe just some normal, ordinary videos about operating systems I like, I see, what I think. Because I have to move my private projects through too, right? And that's a lot what I got to do. If you want to de-Google yourself, there's lots of action to do. It has to be a little bit structured. All right. I also have Nextcloud installed. It works fine on my phone. It updates nicely. I don't have a DNS server yet. I used the TP-Link DNS server and I had one DOS attack after the other. So I don't use DNS from TP-Link anymore in the moment. I think there are just too many people keen to crack your server or home thing, right? So there are different ones and different options, and you can do it and it's safe, and you can do a reverse proxy on your server and you can stay safe. That's totally fine. All right, guys. Love you all. Stay tuned. This will be very security orientated, but it will be also just normal stuff where we can laugh about things and talk about stuff. And with all the stuff going on, we shouldn't forget how to laugh and how to have fun and how to enjoy things. You know, don't give that up. Don't give up to enjoy stuff and have a good time and all these things. All right, guys. Love you all. See you soon. And I click that video off. Love you. Bye bye, guys. Stay tuned.